Okay, so now you guys saw the basic Americana. You have the feel for the basic details, how you make the pressure come on and the submission come in. So now we're going to see a variation that's maybe a little bit more advanced and more suitable for competitors. Felipe, if you please. So, if we try to do this basic Americana in competition, to be honest, it's almost impossible. I cannot remember that I ever did it because you're working here. He can bridge when you go there, or he pushes with the other hand to free it, and it's very difficult. So a lot of people say, the Americana is difficult, I don't do it, and they go to other things. Well, there's a very good solution to separate this arm to attack it at a later stage. He's there doing the same defense of his neck, of his arms, that there's no arm bar, there's nothing. I'm not going to touch anything, I'm just going to go down and put pressure of my chest on his chest. When I'm here, I'm going to wiggle a little bit, trying to separate his two hands. If I don't separate them, we're going to see a solution for that, but I'm going to be here. When I'm having this contact, my weight on his chest, I'm going to lift his head, and I'm going to slide my arm under his head. A very important detail, I'm not just going to slide my arm under, because my weight stays in the middle of him, but I lost this position. So now if he bridges to the right for him, it's very easy to bridge me off. So a very important detail, I'm here in the middle, I'm going to put my arm under, and together with my arm, I'm going to slide my body to the right for me, to the left side of his body. Okay? So my center line is on the line that connects his shoulder with his hip. This makes it, if he bridges to this side, I have this hand to defend. If he wants to bridge to the other side, all my weight is there, so it's going to be difficult. And obviously when he bridges hard, I can even go lower, I can even hook this leg, I hook in his foot, in his posture foot for the bridge. So there's many things that I can do to stay in this position. Which is your first concern. And when you do this, the first thing they're going to do is try to push you off, try to escape. So you establish a good position, he does not escape, you separate it to two hands. I have the hand that we're going to attack right in front of me, and the other hand is out of the game. It's in the other side. I'm going to try to connect my chest, my ribs to his chest, so there's no space for the other hand to come and bother me doing the Americana. Now that I have his hand separated, I'm going to come with my free hand, and I'm going to push his hand to the mat. If he's fighting, if he's struggling, I can even, if he stretches his arm, I can even stretch it down, touching the mat, and then I go in a circular motion to feed it to my other hand. My other hand is not going to move to look for this wrist. This hand is going to feed his wrist to this hand. I'm going to take the same monkey grip to hold it. When it's here, you shouldn't be able to free. Even with one hand, if you try to stretch or whatever, you should be able to keep this grip. The closer the hand is to the head, the more difficult it is for him to put strength on it, for the positioning of the arm. Then I have this arm free to go the same under the bicep tricep. I grab my own wrist like we did before, and now I'm going to push off my two hands on top of the wrist that I'm holding. I'm going to take this as a base, I'm going to push off, and I'm going to stretch my arm up until his head is free, and then I'm going to go down with the elbow. Now I'm much closer to his neck, so he has to move a lot more. If he doesn't move, I'm going to push the neck, which is very uncomfortable. He has to move out to make space for my elbow. What I try to avoid is from here to, there's no space for my elbow, so I go far away to make the space to put my elbow, because the further away the arm, the easier it is for him to defend. I want to keep his hand as close to his head as possible. So I'm here, I'm moving to the side, I'm putting his wrist on the ground, I'm feeding it to my other hand, I'm going underneath, I'm grabbing my wrist, I stretch my elbow and I push it down. He has to make space, he goes away from my elbow, boom, it's on the ground. As soon as my elbow is on the ground, look, this is just like in the basic technique that I explained in the first video. I'm going to slide down, I'm going to make space, I'm going to stay low with my hips, I'm going to go down on his body, I'm going to slide down, put his forearm as close to his body as I can, and I lift the elbow down. Okay? Let's do that one more time. Let's slide a little bit that you see from another angle. So, instead of attacking the arm, I'm going to go down with my chest in the middle of his two arms. Obviously, he's not going to connect his arms completely. There's always going to be an open space, and that's where I'm going to put my chest. So I'm going to go down, I can wiggle a little bit to make space. I'm very open. If he bridges here, I'm perfectly safe. Then I'm going to put my arm under. I'm not only going to slide my arm under, I'm going to move my whole body to the side. So there's no way that he can bridge. He bridges there, I have my hand. If he bridges to the other side, I have all my weight. The detail that I said, if he's a very strong guy with a very good posture, the leg that pushes for the bridge to that side is going to be this leg. If I feel that he's very strong, that I almost go, I hook here and I push my hip down. This is going to save him. When he goes back, I put my knee up again. Okay, this has helped me a lot from not falling over. Okay, I'm here. The first thing that I do is keep the position. He's giving up a little bit. I have the arm in front of me. This arm is going to look for the arm. I'm going to push it down and feed it to this hand. If I grab it and he stretches his arm to prevent this, here I'm not going to bend it to bring it because that's strength against strength. I'm going to go in a big circular motion up, and here it's going to bend and I'm going to feed it. When I fed it, I have the monkey grip. I'm going to keep his hand as close to his head as possible. Now this hand can come under his bicep and his tricep, and I'm going to grab my own wrist. Here, I'm going to push with all my weight to keep his hand on the mat. This cannot move. I'm going to push, I'm going to free the elbow, and I'm going to push down on his neck. If he taps for that, perfect. If he doesn't want to tap for that, he has to move away from my elbow. And all of this makes it very tight. Okay? So I have my elbow on the ground. From here, I'm going to go down. I want to go down. My knee is in the way, so I can go down like this, or I can stretch down like this. I'm going to move his forearm as close to his body, and I'm going to tap him. If I stretch my leg like this, it's very easy for him to take the half guard from here. Very easy. Doesn't matter if he takes half guard from here, and I'm already here. The submission is already on, so this is not a major concern. But if you want to prevent this, you can keep your leg under his leg. You can keep your foot under his leg and your knee closed, but your weight has got to be low and still on top of his body, that he cannot bridge. Something that helps preventing him from bridging is the fact that this arm is in this position on the ground, because now, bridge me to the other side, he doesn't have the strength. If I let go of this, he can easily bridge me. But with his arm here, it's very difficult for him to bridge. So it's a very safe position, but your weight has got to be on top of him. So you go down and you tap.